Welcome to this channel. The channel is for education and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. So yesterday I shared a YouTube on we cannot live in the delusions of our wishful thinking. Today I want to continue on because living in wishful thinking is actually really damaging, especially when you get into something in the breathing, in the qi, in the meditations, in the martial arts. There are lots and lots of details need to be handled properly when you train in the Qigong or meditations or internal art. If we miss even a single small thing and we don't handle things properly, it's going to damage our body. I just like to share with you. I study 6 healing sounds, or actually better call it 6 healing breath from more than 3 teachers. However, do you know that even though every day I at least practice for more than 45 minutes, it takes me 20 years to get a proper basic to really be able to handle what it is. Now, in that 20 years, where I train, get it from this teacher, that teacher, that teacher, there is a lot of damage is causing in my body because of the wrong practice. You don't breathe properly. You don't have enough lower abs handling. All sort of stuff. It is actually damaging inside. And it cost me a lot of those things. So it is not something which we can do wishful thinking. You need to have somebody who actually really know about it to coach you, or else it is a disaster. Now, most of the Chinese teacher, even though they study from this teacher and that teacher, but they are not really grasping what is going on. So it ends up that it is very low quality. And that low quality, like you just ask people to mimic something, but you don't know what can go wrong. That caused the internal injury. Have I gone through that? Yes. So that's the reason why today I like to ask everybody to look at things with details, uh, back it up with the ancient evidence, back it up with science. That is to prevent causing injury to the people. I cause myself injury. I have to find teacher. I have to go through a lot of things. And some of them, after I understand it, the damage already created. So today, if you talk about six healing sound, I have a good handling of that already. But it's after more than 20 years, a lot of casualty. But how many really be able to come learn with me? Where all these details have to be handled. Most people cannot do it. Most people just want quick stuff, mimicking. That's why I share this today with you, because first of all, I'm getting old. Second of all, we need to stop this thing on the Chinese Kung Fu, Chinese Qigong, all this thing which is getting no result, but it can cause people dangerous injury, and it doesn't do any good. We need to stop it here now. All those Qigong stuff, all those meditations, we need to have a high quality instructors and knowing every details so that people can get result, so that the sick people be able to help them for healing, not to cause them even sicker or cause the healthy people to get sick. So yesterday I talked about Nan Huai Jing, talking about that Xing Qi to Dan Tian. He have this book in Amazon, okay, in Amazon. If you look at the Xing Qi of Dan Tian, this is the page. Take a snapshot. Take a snapshot. Xing the Qi to Dan Tian. All this. Here's a big problem is to post by this method. Should a man or woman, whether young or old or young, healthy or sick, with a well-developed or deteriorating and weak adrenal screen glands, concentrate on the lower dantian? If a person is not instructed by an experienced and wise master, this technique could cause considerable suffering. For those, for example, who have kidney problem, all sort of stuff. Over here, you say that people regard qi and attitude, qi and Tao and qi and technique of longevity as an absolute connection. Those who especially in yoga, qigong emphasize qi, tai chi chuan, which become popular at the end of the Qing dynasty, meaning 1900, involves the principle of sinking qi into dantian. Many meditate in an attempt to guide their breath toward the dantian, hope that qi will sink into dantian so that they can thereby enter the Tao. Here it said that If one squeeze air into a ball, can he expect the air to remain in a particular portion in the ball? This is impossible. The body is like a ball. The chi circulate everywhere. Only a serious ill person who has obstructed to some function might unwitting have chi locked in a certain location, in a given locations. The chi of healthy person will never be in these conditions. Some people believe that those who work at concentrating on qiao or refining qi can voluntarily keep the qi in a certain position. This, however, is merely an illusion. The sensations of retaining qi in particular location is actually just the gluting of nerve and blood vessel, which cause as a consequence of get the book. Okay. So all those 心气 to 丹田, the truth is here. I need to share with you this because we need to cut it off and stop it right away. We can't just go, oh, my teacher is this guy, that guy, that guy. Oh, I am the instructor, I'm certified, but you have no idea what do you dealing with. So now the West, America, we in America need to know, okay? If you get screwed up on this thing, who is going to help you? I go through all this suffering. I suffer even until today. So you don't want to be here. This is hell. When you study anything, you want to make sure, number one, it's backed by the proper trained teacher who know the details. And this is not about learning this 1 year, 2 year. As I just told you, I spent 20 years every day, not more, not less than 45 minutes for 20 years, just to get the proper six healing sound. Right now, I can handle it. I can teach. I want to teach it for free. Serious. Because it's not mine. It is belong to the Buddhists, the Taoists. But I couldn't even find people to learn it. You said free, nobody going to learn it. You collect money, even you collect money for tuition fee, you have to actually playing really bad guy like me, kidding people out of class all the time. And only a little people who, just a few who will put their mind on and learn. But out there, you see how many sick people, unhealthy people thinking they can use the Chinese Kung Fu to help themselves. It is very sad thing. But the world is like this. Is it real that you have a six healing sound that you can aids, serve as aids to help people? Yes. So it is very painful even when I talk about it. As for Wing Chun, to decode this, it take me 40 some 50 years. That's why I make this. That's why I make this YouTube to clarify things for you. It is not as simple as wishful thinking you like. If what people teach is just plain snake oil, and you just do it like a movie, that means you're just losing your life and losing your money, losing your time. But for those people who is sick, who is unhealthy, if they get serious in it, say, oh, this is internal, this is chi, blah, 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 you are going to screw up his health. I don't have a good health since I was born. That's what I say again and again. I have this problem, that problem. I was born diabetic type 1, blah, blah, blah. I know how hard it is to be sick. And when you have diabetic type 1, you have to be careful that you don't have kidney disease, you don't have heart disease, all kinds of stuff. So for those who is healthy, why do we want to get them into having a problematic health? If they are not as healthy, they are weak, and maybe they are sick, why do we want them to get even more sick? This is a really tough questions. Like in Wing Chun, always you see that people putting this phone book and then putting a punch to test out the inch power. And I even see Wing Chuners in Southeast Asia saying they had Qigong and then got this guy, his student to punch him. He said, see, I can take it. Let me share with you a real shit, a real thing. Anybody who get that, if you come to me, if I really using that inch power called undersleep power of the Shulin Tao, as it wrote in that uh, that classic, you strike in the front, the damage is in the back of the heart. Do you think people like that can take it? Do you think in all the ring can take those kind of things? Those are things which is in the ancient people use for killing. One shot, you know it is over, the heart is over. I tell you this is because you need to know what you are playing with, what you get into. Is that good to hurt anybody? Think about it. What if we are the one who get hurt? I can share with you, for the exchange of the strike, whatever I get the strike on our heart in 1977, when I do my first Kyokushin examinations or testing, still pain today. I change strike, as you can see in Kyokushin, right? So in my first Q or brown black exam testing, I exchange punch, stand out, bang, bang, bang. It's still today I'm 65. It is, there's problem there. Even though after that testing, I got my teacher to acupuncture and eating, taking herbs and so forth. Not to mention if we are using that undersleeve power. Of course, I'm not going to tell you what is the undersleeve power. There's nothing to gong ho with. Because what matter is this is an artificial intelligence era. At the end of the day, we need to go work. We need to have a healthy body to bring food to our family, or even if you want to be a CEO, you want to have a healthy body. You cannot get in and out of the hospital to be a CEO. And for the poor people, you don't have those money for their medical. You want to talk about warrior? General Qigong died at age of 60, poor and sick. That is the warrior. That is the real warrior. How many better Qigong have gone through? General Qigong have gone through. Look at our veterans who go to war. How much casualty in the body? So don't play around with this, especially the young kid. Like Nan Huaijing said, you know what Bruce Lee do? Don't show it to the young kid. One time I told a few person, Wing Chun Sifu, they say, oh, Hendrik, you shouldn't say this about Bruce Lee because people will not watch your channel. People will not like it because Bruce Lee is their fan. I said it today, I said yesterday. Why? I don't care of who is Bruce Lee's fan. I care we don't screw up our young people's life. It is really difficult to get job now with the artificial intelligence era. We need to keep our young people healthy. I have all the Qigong because that is to compensate my body. I have a good brain, but because of my body cannot take it, what can I do? So you need to understand. And that's why stop to playing expert on what you are not in. That's why in over this one, I purposely open up what is the reality inside there. You cannot go down there and taking a Chinese thing or whatever, make believe that you're grandmaster. And playing those gung-ho stuff. I wrote this book. Why? Because you need to know all this breathing stuff. This is not proper breathing. This is your E.G. Kam Yong Ma today. 99% of the Wing Chuners is doing this, not this. It is getting into this. Have no understanding of the proper way by scientific. Have no understanding on the proper way. Have no track records on what you are training. Your fitness, and no way to measure whether you can go train fighting or not. If you don't have this, what is the point? How can you fight if you don't even have this? Even if you have this, like my body, I can tell you my body, I go through this, but I know, hey, I was born this way. I'm just me. I cannot go for this much. I cannot go fight Mike Tyson because my body is not built for that. Okay. And now I'm getting old. all kinds of problem, sickness, this and that. And I have to go rely on the nurture chi, the real thing, where we can measure with the heart rate variability, the heart rate, the breathing, the depth of breathing. This is not what you think about the 心气 to 丹田, 心气 to 丹田. It's a different thing. And how about this intra-abdominal pressure stuff? So really, it's not Wing Chun. Decoding Wing Chun is not for just Wing Chun. Anybody who train martial art, you better look into this and all this training style, which have a scientific measurement and everything. Make sure that you are not in the gray area. Disregard, yeah, Wing Chun or even in training karate, jiu-jitsu, Western boxing. If you are not the pro who have the train and everything, you just go want to learn something, you need to read the decoding Wing Chun to make sure you know you are not get into that thing or the gray area. And if your body cannot do it, don't do it. Okay. Now, if you don't have money, you don't have to go buy my book. Just spend time in this channel. In different video, I share different things. I try to share all this thing. Maybe it's not as details, but the big picture is there. So you don't have to pay me, you don't have to buy my book, but you will learn. Okay? Not to damage yourself, not to injure yourself. At least you know what is going on, what you get into. Now, when you get into meditations, get into all the Zen stuff, it is very important that Wing Chun is from Shaolin. And he say here, no hatred is the proper. It's not what your movie about this hatred and Wing Chun, all this aggressive and all this thing. Why? Well, because all this is a real Shaolin. Real Shaolin following Buddha's teaching. And Srangama Sutta is the core of the Zen teaching. Shaolin is Zen, Srangama is Zen teaching. And the teaching is like, over here with your own mind, you grasp as your own mind. What is not illusory, turn into illusory. If you don't grab, there's no non-illusion. If even non-illusion that does not arise, how can illusory Dharma can be established? This link to this. Collect your intention, meeting your spirit. That link to this. And of course, it's linked to this. No hatred is the proper. But we today have no idea what is mine, what is not mine. Like this morning, a friend asking me about, well, Hendrik, you ask people to just being in peace, and how about the concentrations and visualizations? Well, be in peace is the very, very basic, the very foundation. You don't want to get into those visualizations or concentration stuff. You cannot handle it. Sorry. So even though it is just like this. So the Wing Chun Shaolin link to this, but you have to go through the training, the Buddhist basic, like Satipatthana, which is based on mindfulness. Okay. And prior to mindfulness is, as what I always tell people, just stay in peace, wait there. And not only that, after that, you can go to samatha, concentrations, vipassana, or visualizations or observations. And then you practice satipatthana to observe your body. And then after, yeah, so it has to have, this is a satipatthana, go check it. And then samatha and vipassana, okay, which is the insight meditations and the stability. You can check on this. And then you get into sotapanna, which is the stream entro, where you can only after that you be able to understand this thing. Why? Because you can experience. It's like if you never taste if you never taste, say, grapes, you will not know the taste of grapes. And the people who have tasted red grapes, black grapes, green grapes, they can have a different, they can understand, they know the difference, they experience the difference of the taste of the black grapes, grapes, or red grapes. All of this Kung Fu stuff is like tasting the grapes. First, you need to taste the grapes and then know which type of grapes and then work out from there. But if you start with the very basic wrong, like Xing Qi Du Dan Tian, you already get carry miss. Breathing, I have no idea what it is. Or inch punch, you don't know what it is. You will never get result. So all this whining today is to tell you, I am getting old. I can only share with you what is the truth. And there's a lot of things out there, if you're careful, that you can learn. There's a lot of real teachers still out there. But because it's so confused today that the fake information is more than the proper information there. So you will confuse for sure. So I said what I need to say because I'm a human. I go through a lot of things. I know how painful it is. I suffer. I know when you suffer, I know I'm suffer. Because I'm suffer, I know I'm suffer. I know you are suffer. You want to learn that power, the short power, everything. You need to take away the hatred in your heart first. Okay. If you cannot take away those hatred or want to be number one type of thing, you better don't do it. Why? If you do something wrong, you might regret for your entire life. It's not worth it. It's better to live healthily, peacefully, and really train something, not something high level, but low level, but you get the result. Like if you go for a walking, a zone two, heart rate zone two walking for 30 minutes a day. Well, it's for sure is going to give you a benefit, health benefit. Having that is better than all this chi, grandmaster, mysterious chi, and all this stuff. Because those are either is the snake oil or damaging yourself. Why don't we do it in the easy way? Go have a walk 30 minutes per day, having fun with your family, living healthily. People who sell you Qigong and internal do not show you the small, what do you call it? The small, usually when you sign the contract, you have to watch what is in that small font there, right? People want to sell you this, oh, this Wing Chun can fight Bruce Lee. Did they tell you the entire story? And do you really want to be the best fighter? Can your body make you the best fighter? And how long can you last to be a best fighter, even if you be one? Look at those in the ring by the age of 40. How is their body? Look at them. So I feel I need to share this with you today because it's better that I say it than I don't say it. And of course, most people might not be able to understand what I'm talking about. But there are a lot of people who will understand. Because in the world, majority of people are good people, constructive people, diligent people, willing to learn if you give them a proper positions. So as a summary, is Kung Fu real? Yes. But real meaning that it has to have a lot of details in in training, in the teaching, and a lot of correction there with a proper teacher. We cannot go blind or just take a simple thing or superficial thing and just go spiral there. And then after a while, you claim to be a grandmaster of this and that, which you have no idea what you're dealing with. And when you want to learn it properly. Otherwise, it is your cost. You have to pay the price.